Hello everyone, thanks so much for stopping by my Patreon page. I'm really excited to start this community. This is going to be another avenue for those who might have interest in studying with me, but maybe don't have the pocket to do private lessons on a regular basis. So you can spread that money out over a few months and get a lot of the same materials that I share with my students at Manhattan School of Music in my own private studio. So what we're going to be talking about is a lot of the ways that I learn to play music, which is learning all of the classic compositions. So I'm going to share that with you. A lot of my own charts, which I transcribed myself. Everything is written by hand, so you're going to get the same charts that a lot of my students get and that I look at, pass out to some of my favorite musicians to play on sessions. And so you're going to have all this music, 100 compositions. If you stay with me for at least 6 months, you'll get 15 each month. Of course, this is music by the incredible Wayne Shorter, who just passed. We're going to be celebrating him. Herbie Hancock, Thelonious Monk, Billy Strayhorn, Sonny Rollins, Corea, Joe Henderson, Bill Evans, just some of the composers that we're going to be talking about their music. Like I said, this is all handwritten music, so you're going to get my charts. This is what I write down and share with my students, so it's going to be very specific on what the chord changes are, what the melodies are, and yeah, you'll get 100 of these. So it's a lot of music. Besides this, you're going to get access to the House Guest Livestream series. Now, the House Guest Livestream series, for those who don't know, was a series I did during the COVID lockdowns where I had different guests every week, and we did duos. So it was guitar players and piano players. So guests like Peter Bernstein, for example, he came on twice. We did an interview during one of those episodes, and but some of the other guests were Gilad, Hekselman, Nir Felder, Shai Maestro, Kevin Hayes, John Cowherd, Adam Rogers, Ben Monder. A lot of people came on for this. You're going to have access to all 30 episodes. I also did a couple of solo set live streams. And for some of the upper tiers, you'll also have access to the Standards from Film course. So the Standards from Film course is 14 classic standards that came from film over the span of 30 years. So you can see all of the songs here. And so I just chose these 14 for the course. And I break them all down, all the history of where the songs came from, what the movies were. Say, Beautiful Love from The Mummy in 1932. We get into the movie, we get into the way it sounded in the movie, what the chords were, and how it developed through classic recordings. Do the same for There'll Never Be Another You from Iceland in 1942. Stella by Starlight in 1944. From The Uninvited, Lara by David Raxon for the movie Lara in 1944 as well. And even Days of Wine and Roses by the great Henry Mancini in 1962. He won an Oscar for this song, Best Song of the Year in a Film. So those are just a few of the songs that we're going to do, but there's 14. Each class is 2 hours in the Standards from Film course, and those 2 hours is on one song. So you get the history of the movie, you get the history of the song, and how it develops, and we look at transcriptions of how those songs develop. And there's 80 transcriptions in the Standards from Film course that you'll have on top of the 100 compositions that I'm going to share with you. Besides this, there's also going to be the monthly lesson videos where I talk about guitar technique, voicings, and comping. It could be any subject related to the guitar or just playing music. I'm going to do a video on one of the classic songs where I'll break a song, let's say Shade of Jade by Joe Henderson, where I'll break that song down. We'll look at the rhythms, the melody, the bass line, all those kind of things, how the chords are voiced. I'll also do the same for an original song of mine from one of my albums. I'll share that with you. For the upper tiers, you'll get a lot of my original music from those albums, but for the entry-level tiers, I'll share one original song a month where you'll get the PDF and you'll have a video of me breaking that song down. You could also request what original tune you want. If I get a bunch of votes for the same tune, then I'll do that tune for the next month. Same thing goes with the classic songs. There's also going to be a video called Monthly Stories, where I just share kind of funny things that happen to me on the road or in the studio on a gig. I think that would be fun just to share with you some moments in my career. I'm also going to do a college audition video. I teach at Manhattan School of Music, and I see at least 100 audition tapes a year. And I'm going to talk about the common mistakes I see in those tapes. So if you're planning on auditioning for a school like Manhattan School of Music or New School or Eastman or whatever school you're thinking about applying to, I think there's some useful information I can share with you to help your audition tape and make you stand out. So that's one of the important things I wanted to share. There's going to be tiers for private lessons, so if you want a more intense study program, you want all this material, and you want to have private lessons, there's going to be tiers for that. But even in some of the lower tiers, if you stick with it for a few months, you'll get a private lesson included with that. Let's say every 3 months, or some tiers every 2 months, or you can have it every month in some of the upper tiers. So there's a lot. You can take a look at all the tiers and what are the benefits of each one. And I hope you sign up and become a patron, and it's going to be really fun to start something new and share with you from all of these projects that I've done, the House Guest live stream series, the Standards from Film course, and of course all of this music that I've been collecting since I was 15 years old, really. I was transcribing music, writing it down, and yeah, you can take a look at all this stuff now. So I hope you join, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks so much for listening to this video.